So today I am finally going to get around to making this video answering the questions that you asked me a couple of weeks ago, and I'm really sorry, but I haven't had time to do it until now. So yeah, so I'm gonna go to the first question, which is from, and it says, not a question, but I got inspired by your disco and bought one myself. Wow. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or but that's brilliant. Don't forget to send me some photos. I'm glad that you were inspired by me, and I like to think that's a good thing. So the next one, how wise was it to get your hair done right before wax oil season? Well, to be honest, I used to have long blonde hair, and last time I wax oiled I had to cut it all off because I got wax oil in it and I couldn't get it out. So it's not good, but I don't have to wax oil this season, so yeah, I can get my hair done. What part of the country are you from? I am from Worcestershire, which is basically in the middle towards the left. That is where I am from. Right. How much have you spent on your discovery in total? I would not like to add it up because I think it would probably be an eye-watering amount. It'd probably be quite a lot. What are you getting your Landy for Christmas? Well, to be honest, I think I probably will eventually need a new front bumper, because whilst I bent it and then had it cut and re-welded, it's not quite how I want it. So possibly a new front bumper, but we'll have to see because they're bloody expensive. Of any mods you have done to your disco, what would you say you could have done without? Probably the wrap. If that counts as a modification, then probably wrapping it. I probably could have just done without wrapping it. But yeah, I kind of like all the other mods that's on it, so I don't know whether I'd want to get rid of them. But yeah, probably the wrap. So the next one is, what's the worst you have got your disco stuck? Probably the time that I went off-roading on like an organised off-roading day where you have to pay to go, and I think there was quite a lot of like rubbish cars, like sort of not ones that were like modified at all, and I got stuck and it made me look like a tit because I was the only one that went that had a modified truck, and I was also the only one that got stuck. So I'm gonna go for that time was the worst that I got stuck, because it was the most embarrassing. What made you want a disco too? I don't know. I'm not really sure. I just saw it on the side of the road. Like when I got into Land Rovers, I used to hate Discovery 2s because everyone used to moan about them and say how unreliable they were. So I always kind of hated them, and then I bought one. And now I wouldn't be without it. So what made me get my Discovery 2? It was cheap. I think that pretty much sums it up. Do you actually prefer a D1 or a D2? Well, I used to love my D1s, but they were a nightmare because every 5 minutes they would just go rotten somewhere. If it wasn't the sill, it would be the boot floor or the chassis or the one of 4 arches. And whilst I adored the simplicity, I just couldn't cope with how quick it rotted, so I definitely prefer the D2. Which bumpers are you rocking? Well, I'm not sure because I bought them second hand, but I think that to be honest, they are like Brit Part or something like that. I don't think they're like particularly fancy. What is your next Land Rover? None, hopefully. No, probably, I don't know, either a Discovery 3 or 4 or a Defender. I'm not sure. Probably a Discovery 4 or maybe a Defender. I don't know. I can't. This is why I haven't got a second truck, is because I don't know what to get. Do you like the Camel Trophy? And the answer is yes. I adore Camel Trophy Land Rovers. I think that they are beautiful and I love the colour. So yeah. Right. The government want you to go electric. Would you ever convert Big Blue into electric? Well, I've heard that they do electric conversions for Defenders at the moment, but they're about £30,000. So that's kind of a lot of money. I mean, if they were like 5,000 and I had no choice but to keep it on the road, then probably yeah. But I'm not really a fan of electric cars, and I probably never will be. Mainly because I just think that I don't know, I just don't think that the future is relying on electricity. I think that we should try and find some other method. So if you didn't have blue, would you have a Defender or another Discovery? I think we've just kind of answered this, but the truth is I don't know. I don't know. I like them both equally because I would love a Defender, but I just don't like the idea of it being stolen, and I like a Discovery 4, but I don't like the idea of all the things that could go wrong with it, so I am not sure. Would you ever let people come off-roading / green laning with you? And the answer is yes. I'm always willing for people to come with me if they like, and bring their cars, or come with me in the car or whatever. So yeah, I like going with people. I don't have many friends, so so if you're keen, then I like going off-roading with people, and yes, the answer is yes. I'm planning on buying a Land Rover and looked at a few Discoveries. What's better, 1, 2 or 3? I like one for the simplicity, but I don't like one for how much it rusts. I like 2 because it rusts less, but it has more electronics, and then 3 rusts even less and it has even more electronics. So it depends whether you don't mind. It depends like whether you like rust or whether you like electronics, and which one you're prepared to put up with more, I think is probably the best way I can explain it. Which is why I like 2, because it's kind of in the middle of both. Next year's events you want to go to, right? So normally about sort of February, January time, there's Malvern Spares Day at Malvern in Worcestershire, and then around about sort of February, March time is Newbury 4x4 Spares. And then there's Gaydon Land Rover show, which is roughly May time. And then there's the Billin Off-Road show in June. And then there's some, I think, is it Kelmarsh? And then there's Peterborough, and then there's the Great British Land Rover show in September. So there's a lot of events to go to, and I will try to go to as many as I possibly can. How's the training going? The training is going well. I can currently run 4 miles, which is good, because before I was a couch potato and I couldn't run any miles. But I've got to be able to run 27 miles off-road up mountains. So in the grand scheme of things, training probably isn't going that well, but it feels well. What do you think of the D5? I have a D4 and a D5, and I think they are both great. I love the D4. I like the front of the D5, but I don't like the rear of the D5. I just don't like that number plate, and I'm not sure that I could live with the number plate over to the left hand side. I would have to alter it. But if you can live with that, then I'm sure they're a good motor. It's just I just don't think that I could live with that number plate. I think it looks awful, if I'm being honest. Is your Rover a diesel? And the answer is yes. It's a Discovery 2 TD5 diesel, 2.5 litre. What series Land Rover is your favourite? Out of the series Land Rovers, my favourite is the lightweight. I just adore the shape of it. And then after that I like them all, but I mainly like the lightweight. If I could have any series Land Rover, it would be a lightweight. Where is your next travel outside the UK? I have no idea because I haven't booked any holidays. I would like to go and watch the World Rally Championships at some point next year. I went to Sweden last year, and I'd like to go to maybe Catalonia or wherever they have it in Sweden. That I can't remember the Sweden in in Spain. They have it in Spain. I can't remember where it is exactly, but I would like to go and watch it. So yes, I'd like to go and watch that next year. I think we've done him, so we've done you. So it's just the thousands of questions from Landy Page. Starting with, do you think electric is the future? No. I've always been a car enthusiast, and I always love engines, engine performance, the sound of engines, and I will never be turned on by a whooshing sound. And they might be the future, but I'd rather live in the past. Is probably the best way to explain it. The next question, what's the best day involving Land Rovers? Going off-roading with a load of mates and camping and having a fire. That is the best day involving Land Rovers. My favourite country, it sure as hell isn't the one I live in. If I could live anywhere in the world, it would be Canada. Because I adore Canada, and I like the people and the food and the scenery and everything about Canada I like. My best off-roading trip is to Strata, Florida. I just really liked it. It was an eventful day, but it was also really good. And my favourite season is summer because I don't like the cold. I'm not a cold person. I like to be warm. So my favourite season is the summer. And that concludes my questions. I hope you don't mind me rambling on for nearly 20 minutes, but if you ever have any questions, I'll probably do more of these. But thank you for asking them, and also thank you for watching for so long. If you made it to the end, then you need a medal. You need a bloody good medal. So thank you.